Hello everyone, I am Binita Taylor from LP Savani. Today we going to start Standard 9 Chapter 2 History and Evolution of Computer. Ancient times, how did people calculate numbers? Did you imagine this? Did they use sticks? Did they use stones? Did they use marks on the walls or ground? Or did they use their hands, means fingers? Let's have the answer of this all question. They used all of these, but hands were the most commonly used. This is why our number system is based on the number 10, because our two hand have 10 fingers. First of all, continue with the history. In 1833 AD, Charles Babbage, an English professor of mathematics, proposed a calculating machine which he called the analytical machine. So first machine is called analytical machine. If developed, it would have punch card input, a memory unit, a unit which would perform the arithmetic and control program and give automatic printout and accuracy to 20 places of decimal. So this machine is invented by Charles Babbage and this is called analytical machine. Now, computer generation. Computer has become a part of our life. Today, along with the calculation, their work area is very wide. Supermarket scanners scan and calculate our grocery bill and also keep store inventory. Automatic teller machine, it means ATMs, help us in banking transaction. How the technology has developed and what its future courses is. To understand this, first we should know about the different generation of computers. Now, first generation computer. First generation computer is 1940 to 1956. The first computers used vacuum tubes. So in first generation, vacuum tubes is used for circuitry and magnetic drums for memory. They were often enormous and taking up entire room. First generation computer relied on machine language. They were very expensive to operate and in addition to using a great deal of electricity, generated a lot of heat, which was often the cause of malfunctions. It means first generation covered a whole room. It only understood machine language, it means only 0 and 1, and it's produced a lot of heat, so this is often cause of malfunctions. The UNIVAC and ENIAC computers are example of first generation computers. First generation computers have the example of UNIVAC and ENIAC. This is the first generation computer. You see image. Now, disadvantage of first generation computers: they were too bulky, they emitted large amount of heat because they used lots of vacuum tubes. Air conditioning was required because heat produce करेगा तो air condition is necessary. They were prone to frequent failure, that is why they were unreliable, and they were not portable. So this is the disadvantage of first generation computer. So we invented a second generation of computer. Now, second generation of computer, transistors help replace vacuum tubes. So in first generation, vacuum tube was used, but in second generation computer, transistor was used. Transistor replaced vacuum tubes and used in the second generation of computer. Second generation computers moved from cryptic binary machine language to symbolic. High level programming languages were also being developed at this time, such as early version of COBOL and Fortran. So in first generation computer, we see that ENIAC is used, but in second generation computer, COBOL and Fortran language is used. In first generation computer, machine language, it means 0 and 1 is used. They were also the first computers that stored their instruction in their memory. This is first computer that stored the instruction. We give the instruction to the computer and this instruction is stored in the memory. So this is the second generation of computer. The image of second generation computer, you see that these computers have minimum the size as first generation of computers. Now advantages. The advantages that the second generation computer had over the generation computers are they were smaller as compared to the first generation. First generation computers say compared to smaller. They generated less heat compared to first generation. They took comparatively less computers time and they were less prone to failure. Now disadvantage. The disadvantage that the second generation computer over the first generation computer are they require air conditioning. Means first generation computer require air condition and second generation of computers is also required air conditioning. Frequent maintenance was required, so they maintain frequency to maintenance. They were difficult and quite expensive. This is also quite expensive and very difficult. Now third generation of computer. The development of the integrated circuit was hallmark of the third generation of computer. We see that the first generation computers have vacuum tubes, second generation of computers have transistors, and the third generation computers have integrated circuit. It means IC. The transistors were minimized and placed on silicon chips called semiconductors. So semiconductors and silicon chips are used in integrated circuit. Instead of punch card and printouts, user integrated with the third generation computers through keyboard. In the third generation computers, keyboards was invented and monitors and interfaced with the operating system. So operating system is also generated in the third generation of computer. Allow the device to run many different applications at one time. So in these types of computers, we run many different applications at a one time. So we use more than one application concurrently. Now this is the image of third generation of computers. You see the third generation of computers is put the size of table size. So we put these computers at our tables. Now advantages of third generation computer. The advantages that the third generated computers had over the second generation computers were they were smaller in size as compared to the second generation of computers. They generated less heat, they reduced the computational time, they involved low maintenance cost, they were easily portable, and they were comparatively cheaper. The microprocessor brought the fourth generation of computers as thousands of integrated circuits were built onto a single silicon chips. So this is the fourth generation of computer from 1971 to present. In fourth generation of computers, we used microprocessor. The first generation computer used vacuum tubes. Second generation of computers use transistor. Third generation of computer use integrated circuit, and in fourth generation of computers have microprocessor. So fourth generation computers uses large scale ICs called VLSI, means very large scale integrated circuit. The fourth generation computers become more user friendly and could be used widely for personal applications. So they were called personal computers also. So first generation of computers, fourth generation of computers is also called personal computers. Supercomputers are also a part of fourth generation. We all hear about the supercomputers. Supercomputers also a part of fourth generation computers. Supercomputers based in terms of processing capacity as they can process billions of instructions as per second. Supercomputers are used for intensive numerical computation such as stock analysis, weather forecasting, etc. The speed of the computer network also took place during this period. So the Intel 4004 chip developed in 1971 located all the components of the computer from the central processing unit, means CPU, and the memory to input output controls on a single chip. Fourth generation computers also show the development of GUIs, mouse and handheld device. GUI, it means graphical user interface, the mouse and the handheld devices. Now we see the image of fourth generation of computers. You see the very split desktop screen is see here, and split CPU and keyboard and mouse, and this is the microprocessor AMD 64. So this is the computers of fourth generation. Now advantages of fourth generation computers: they were cheaper, they had larger memory and high functional speed, they consume less power, and they generated a negligible amount of heat. So air conditioner, it means AC, is not important other than fourth generation and other than first third generation of computers. So they were cheaper, had large memory and high functional speed, consume less power, and generated a negligible amount of heat. Now fifth generation computers, present and beyond. Fifth generation computing devices based on artificial intelligence, it means AI. It means you see the different types of movies like robot and other movie is Hollywood movies like Avengers last part. These all are the based on artificial intelligence, are still in development. Through they are some applications such as voice recognition. The use of parallel processing and supercomputers is helping to make artificial intelligence a reality. It means reality, that it means robot have the feelings too, and they understand, they behave like the man. The goal of the fifth generation computing is to develop devices that respond to natural language input and are capable of learning and self-organization. So this is the computers of fifth generation. Now we leave the computer. Now we live in the generation of fifth. This is the fifth generation of computers. Fifth generation languages are designed to make computers solve a given problem without a programmer. So artificial intelligence techniques are used to meet the goal. This is the today's computer. In today's life, we also have wearable devices, it means smartwatch, smartphones. These all have the placings of fifth generation of computers. I hope you this all generation of computers learn very well. So this is the end of our part 1, chapter 2, history and evolution of computer. Thank you.